Hi, I'm Joe Walensky of WritersUA, and I'm speaking with some of the presenters who will be at the WritersUA event in Palm Springs coming up in March. Today I'm visiting with Tom Magliery. Hello, Tom. How are you?
Hi, Joe.
Where are you
I'm doing
speaking?
great.
Where are you speaking to us from today?
I'm coming from Vancouver, BC. A lovely, chilly, cold, wet, rainy day.
All right. Well, thanks for taking the time for this. If you're not familiar with Tom, he's been a member of the X Metal team since 2002. He has over 19 years experience working with and promoting XML related technologies. Tom was a founding member of the working group which created XML, and he's going to be talking on the topic making the leap to structured authoring. What are some of the things you're going to be talking about, Tom?
Thanks, Joe. Well, I think it's pretty common nowadays, especially at conferences like this, to hear talks about the benefits of structured authoring. And so I think that kind of information is pretty common. You've probably heard a lot about what kind of benefits you can gain from single source publishing, content reuse, the kind of ROI you can get from savings on translation costs and stuff like that. So all this stuff sounds great, but uh, but it's a long road to get there. And so what I kind of want to focus on in this talk is some of the things that will help you get a little bit farther along that road, or to get started along that road. So there's lots and lots to learn before you can complete your successful implementation of structured authoring. And so I want to talk about some of those things. What are some of the learning curves you're going to face? What are some of the challenges that you're going to have to confront along the way? In particular, for example, you have authors who are going to need to learn about the ways of structured authoring, and so a lot of the things that you'll be doing and that the team will be doing are different from the way you've done things before. And so I want to discuss what those differences are and help you prepare both mentally and tactically for the things that you're going to be doing differently. Just an understanding of what's different about the way you work when you're doing structured authoring as opposed to I don't want to say older, but as opposed to a desktop publishing sort of environment. You're going to be using different tools, and so I'm going to kind of do a survey of what kind of tools people might need or optionally want for doing structured authoring, and as much as possible try to cover the kind of costs that are involved there. Many tools are functional out of the box, but many tools also require customization, and of course there are varying degrees of customization. So I'll try to summarize the maybe some of the customization capabilities that are available from the tools, and sort of maybe help you make decisions about how much you're going to need for your team to be successful. Different types of teams need different amounts of implementation costs for their tools. So generally, all these things add up to how you can make the transition to structured authoring smooth and effective. You'll have change management issues, and I'll try to address some methods for helping you work with your teammates and sort of design a procedure and a workflow that will make the transition as easy and effective as possible. So
For
that's kind of it.
for people that where their organizations haven't embraced structured authoring, or they're new to that, I mean, what are some of the skill areas that people should look to if they want to be up to speed on structured authoring and be able to adapt to that and possibly in a new position?
Well, my general position on that is that anybody can do structured authoring. There's a lot of fear, I think, in some of the authoring community about the challenges that you can face with structured authoring. That people think it's going to be too technical, too hard. I can't possibly understand that stuff. It's too techy, too geeky. But I think a lot of that fear is unfounded. I think that the basic concepts of structured authoring are really. I think back to to the kind of epiphany that I had when I took my psychology class in way back in college more years ago than I care to think. And I remember thinking all the way through the entire semester that this stuff that they were teaching us in that class is stuff that I already knew, but I just didn't know the words for it. And I think the same is kind of true of structured authoring. A lot of the concepts that are involved are things that you already know, and sort of doing structured authoring formally is just a matter of learning the terminology for the things that you already know how to do. And so I want to try to, whenever I teach people about structured authoring, that's the kind of thing that I emphasize. And helping you emphasize that is one of the things I'd like to try to do in this talk.
All right, great. Well, thanks for taking the time to preview this session, and we'll see you in Palm Springs in March.
You're quite welcome, Joe, and I'll see everybody in Palm Springs.
All right.